Coach, whenever you're ready, if you want to preview this upcoming week, and then we'll open it up to questions.
All right, last game of the 4-game pod and our second pod. So for us, we want to close this out with a 2-2 situation after losing, dropping the ball on the last two. So, the focus has been, I think one of the issues we've had lately is just our foul trouble and not being able to utilize our depth in the way that we want. And, that has been a focus for us, getting back to who we are defensively. You score 76 points. For us, that's a lot. We thought that would be enough to win, and we didn't. So if I'm going to try to close out a pod, it would want to be a situation like this, I guess, if you worrying about, like, if your team's going to be ready to go. They don't need a lot of encouragement getting ready to play for Mississippi State. Who's in our other? Yeah, who's the next game? Oh, am I talking about that today too? Okay. I don't want to talk about that because I'm focused just on Mississippi State, and the last game was electric, and I'm hoping this one has the same type of atmosphere that it did when we went to Starkville.
Letting kind of pulling the curtain back and letting the girls in on the numbers and the pod, do you think that's helped maybe keep them kind of calm in this past week?
Yeah, it's been interesting because they explained to me that they wanted to go 8-0, but they live in like this fairy tale land. Like, I could have told them that wasn't going to happen. I think I even tweeted about it just because I understand that the basketball, the season's long and it has ebbs and flows. And when we went into Auburn, I felt real good about the game, and look how we started. I felt good about every game in the start, but things have been happening that are uncharacteristic, but has been our Achilles heel the last two games that we can't really control. Slim going down, and then some early foul trouble has really affected us. And not because of anything the team is doing, it's just our focus and our mental. So they wanted to go 8-0, and they see that we're 5-2, and so I just told them, like, for me, my human emotion wants me to say, I wish we didn't win 5 in a row because now it looks like the sky is falling when actually we're still 5-2. But if you look at it in the other perspective, like, I know that every team that doesn't have 5 wins in the SEC right now would love to have 5 wins, no matter what. So we've done the work early to put us in a situation where we don't need to panic. Our goal is NCAA tournament. So I think we got to just continue to take things one game at a time. I don't think we'll finish the rest of this whole 9 games undefeated. That's not we don't have to do that to get into the tournament. We have to. There's a number that is in our head and that we want to go after, and if we can get to it, then I can sleep at night before Selection Monday.
Every game's different, every situation, every game's different, but obviously the foul trouble, how is that fixable, or is it just,
It's fixable. Like, you go back and you look at the fouls and you're like, why are we doing them? And it's things that we just don't have to do. A swipe, riding someone 96 feet away from the basket, like not even 94, 96. Like, I was intentional about saying 96. Maya getting that foul in the Bama game, like, the girl was out of bounds. So it's like focus stuff, discipline stuff that we need to do. It's not because we're playing driving teams, like, they drive. It's been us not being in position, us not being effectively on the wall, us not dictating and saying, this is what we want you to do offensively. And I felt like we've gotten away from dictating it like we needed to. And so that's something that we've been focused on.
I know you're not super big picture, especially deep in the season.
Yeah.
But help, obviously a win tomorrow, get you kind of back in the win column feeling good, but also would secure the first season sweep in a long time. I know this is an important rivalry. What would it kind of mean to you?
Well, it would mean one more victory towards our goal. You know, one more win that we can put in the win column, one more W that can probably allow us to create some separation because there are a lot of teams that are like right behind us that are probably rooting against us. Whereas for us now, we have to root for Auburn, we have to root for Alabama to beat those teams to kind of like even the whole playing field. So, and it will mean a lot just because of the work our players have been putting in. I've really been trying to assess what we've been doing offensively and defensively. And other than maybe one or two things, that's not the issue right now. The issue is fatigue. You know, you look at the minutes in the last game, 4 of my starters played 40-plus minutes. They didn't have one kid that played 40-plus minutes. It's not because I don't trust my bench. It's because my bench got in foul trouble, and Dez was out. Who now she's back. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that just, it's our storm. It's our journey, and that's what I'm trying to explain to our team. Like, this is Team 48's journey. You know, I look at the picture in my office. 4 of my starters are no longer here, you know, and Angel and Snuda at one point was coming off the bench. So let's really be honest. Did people think we would be 16 and whatever we are right now? I don't, 5 and whatever we are, 2. I don't think people would have thought that. And so I'm not trying to have like a moral victory. The fact is we have 5 wins and we want to try to build on that. And Mississippi State is the next opponent. And one of the things that may be great for us is that I won't have to pump them up for it.
Just come off that a little bit, like with the 2 losses, moving forward, how does that help propel your team moving forward, just knowing they can be in that situation?
Yeah, you know, it was a valuable lesson, I'd like to think. I felt like when we won the 5 games in a row, and that's why I was so, like, mild-mannered the whole time, is because it's kind of like risque, you know? Like, you win 5 games, and we were hunting down everybody. And I think we forgot that people were trying to come up after us. You know, we were so, like, on cloud 10. Like, oh, we're hunting. Okay, who's next? Alabama, we're going to hunt them. But we forgot, like, they want to hunt us. And so we kind of lost our way and started becoming the hunted. and that's something that our team, you know, last year we didn't start 5-0. So that's something that our team, this is new for us. Whereas, you know, you have South Carolina, they're always trying to be hunted. But they know how to say, nah, we're still going to hunt you. Tennessee, we're still going to hunt you. LSU, nah, we know you want to come and get us, and we're going to protect what we have. This is something that our team is having to learn. You know, until they can catch us up, we're on the hunt, you know, and being hunted. But we still can hunt because we have a number we're trying to reach. And I felt like we kind of lost that, especially after they realized they couldn't go 8-0 to start. It rocked them. And I'd almost like to think that Bama probably beat us twice. And I'm not taking anything away from Auburn. I think they played a phenomenal game, and the crowd was electric. But I just think we never recovered. I'm watching and studying teams, Kansas men, you know, lost to Kansas State. And then went and got blown out by TCU, and then Baylor, like they can't recover. And that's a Hall of Fame coach, you know. So we're all trying to figure out how to recover after you get a reality check of a season and how competitive it is. And that's what we're doing as a team.
Taya, is she all right?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking it day by day. You know, we're trying to rest her. Taya's tough. Here's what I know. If she can play, she'll play. If she can't, we won't have her. And that makes me feel comfortable.
Structural long-term kind of damage or anything like that?
No. But as far as her availability for tomorrow, that's still up in the air.
Was there anything that you saw or learned in that first state game that you maybe made as a point of emphasis going into this one?
I felt like our first 5 games, we were just on a mission, and anybody that was in the way, we removed them. And we've had big wins on the road. And so for us, it was just a level of confidence, that win really got us going because the environment was so wild, and they jumped on us right away, and we kept our composure. Like, I just really watched our team grow up. And so if there's anything that we did, I felt like we stayed together for 40 minutes, and that's what we'll have to do again because I'm sure that they'll want to avenge the loss.
Any other questions for Coach? Great, thanks everyone.